Welcome back to Klonoa. We are finishing the game today. And again, if you're wondering why I didn't add this to the last episode, that would have been over an hour.
Yeah, I.
It's a
road, it's called the Rainbow Road. It is a road that you go.
Okay, can I take a moment to just say this? I feel like the hatred towards Wii Rainbow Road is unjustified. Sure, it's not the best Rainbow Road, but it certainly ain't the worst.
People say that it's the worst only because of the motion controls. You can still use. Bad. You don't need motion controls for the Wii version, though.
Yeah,
they're not that bad, though. Yeah, they're not that bad, though. You're right. The Wii. The original Wii, when it comes to motion controls, is like very hit or miss.
Yeah.
I think it depends. It just depends on the game.
Yeah,
it depends on if the game is first party or not.
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say. Are you ready for another gimmick boss?
No.
But one thing I also want to say is that it's not just first party or not. I feel like it also has a lot to do with like the setup, because I recall really hating the like menu navigation in Mario Galaxy 1. Because in Mario Galaxy 2 they allowed you to just control the menus with the buttons. But then in Mario Galaxy 2 you could only have 3 save slots instead of 8, so...
Yeah.
You know? Beggars can't be choosers. Whatever. I had a lot of struggles when I played it the first time. But when I played it the first time, it was a long time ago. And while I complain a lot about how my living room is set up, back then it was even worse, because we were really big into projectors and projector screens. We were trying to have like a home movie theater in a way. Did that go anywhere? No, we are on standard TV now.
No.
We've seen a light, but unfortunately my father in a way hasn't, because I still cannot see shit. The distance is the same, it's just the display area is significantly smaller. But when I migrated the Wii to my own room, and by that I mean when I took the Wii to my own room and my family never asked about it, I noticed how with a different sensor bar, a significantly newer sensor bar, the motion control was so much more accurate. Like, I hated the motion control, but that was only because I was way too far from the TV.
Real quick interruption, real quick. Take that, Sonic. No, because literally every time you do retry in a 3D Sonic, you lose a life. And it's like, it shouldn't count.
That doesn't make sense.
It's like,
they did that since Adventure.
Yeah, and it's like, it doesn't make sense.
That.
I'm not dying, I'm just choosing to retry the stage.
Yeah, I also don't like being punished for starting the stage over again.
I do love it when games are like, you restarted from the pause menu, we're gonna take a life away. But when you literally just leave the stage and re-enter it, it's like...
From the menu?
No, man, you're just fine.
What kind of sense does that make? That makes no sense.
I don't know, but let's be real, you poke fun at Sonic for doing that, but let's be real, modern Sonic games don't have a life system anymore.
Yeah.
Well, Frontiers doesn't have that anymore. Well, it doesn't have that.
Sonic X Shadow I don't recall Sonic X Shadow Generations having lives in there, or were they an option?
I think that's an option. I still don't own the game.
Yeah.
I don't have the game either.
I do like it being an option.
I mean, Crash 4 has that kind of option, and I like that.
Yeah, but Crash 4 doesn't need it, because if you're a diehard Crash Bandicoot fan, you're going for like semi-full completion. And if you're going for semi-full completion, you know as well as I do that the moment you die in a stage, you might as well just restart immediately, because hey, there goes your shot at getting the tape.
Yeah. Especially when the tape is like right at your fingertips, and then you like die right when you're right there.
Yeah. It's almost like Activision. It's almost like Activision was making a sequel to Crash Bandicoot 3, but didn't realize what people liked about Crash Bandicoot 3.
Or they went way overboard, or they went way too overboard on it.
Also, Kirby Star Allies is not original. Because this is the same type of boss setup.
Well, I mean, neither is this. Okay, fair enough, but like...
Yeah, but
that doesn't mean it's bad.
Oh, no. I didn't say it was bad. It's not... Especially with Forgotten Land out, it's not a bad game, but... Yeah, it's overshadowed. It's overshadowed.
It borrows. Yeah.
It's overshadowed by the better game, which I will admit, that's my same thoughts with Devil May Cry. Playing playing 1 and 2 after playing 3 feels bad.
Well, that's why you go in order of release.
Or just kind of ignore
I mean, in the case of Devil May Cry, if you go in order of release, you'll get over the worst pretty quickly.
If you go chronologically, you have to start with 3.
Yeah.
Which, given that how notoriously difficult DMC3 is, I don't think anyone wants to do that. The original version of DMC3.
Oh god, yeah. And honestly, I think 1 is way worse than the original version of 3.
Well, 1 was laying the groundwork.
It wasn't there yet.
Bones as hell, which is why I honestly do not like going back to 1. 1 is too bare bones. 2 really needs a rework.
Yeah, and also
needs a full rework.
Just let's. I haven't played too much of Devil May Cry 1, and because I am the kind of person who wants to go into order of release, that means that I haven't played much of the entire series in general. Would you agree with me if I say that Devil May Cry is just Resident Evil with swords and a demonic tone?
Yes.
Edgy. That's what the first game was supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm dead serious. It literally was a prototype for RE4.
It was a prototype for Resident Evil 4, but then the prototype got turned into Onimusha, and then the other prototype got turned into Devil May Cry.
Yeah.
And one of them was a revolutionary Capcom franchise that to this day still gets a lot of love, and the other one is Devil May Cry.
No, Devil May... Okay, if you want to do that, I have a better thing for you. One of them is still alive, and the other is Onimusha.
Is Devil May Cry alive?
Yes, we've had 5. We have the upcoming anime.
Okay, well...
Which for some reason has Johnny and Bosch's Dante.
Look, how long ago did Devil May Cry 5 release at this point? You cannot look at a game that got like a sequel, like, what is it, 7 years ago, and be like, it's still...
Yeah.
You cannot look at something that came out 6 years ago and be like, oh yeah, that series is still alive. Even with Special Edition, the only way you can make the argument that...
2019.
Well, Special Edition came out in 2020, so
yeah.
Even if that makes the series quote unquote alive, that's still 4 years ago. If we're using that logic, the only way that Devil May Cry would still be a little bit active is if it's gotten a PS5 Pro update, which I'm going to look up right now.
I don't think there is. There definitely
isn't. There is either, but where's Onimusha's PS5 version?
Didn't need it. It has a PS4 version.
Yeah.
The game is peak. Okay, so looking quickly over the page, it doesn't seem like there's a PS5 Pro enhancement to Devil May Cry 5 Special Edition. However, if I recall correctly, DMC5 Special Edition does allow you to uncap the frame rate, which on PS5 Pro does mean that you can get closer to the up to 120 FPS it boasts about.
Yeah. And now just one more cannon and this boss fight is fully done. Yeah, this is a 3-pronged boss fight.
A 3-phase boss fight. God damn it, I can't speak. I almost said boss bite. Like an idiot.
No.
I like the engine.
No, you don't.
Okay, no. Frostbite is a good engine.
I hear Frostbite, my mind goes to Rugrats. With the dentist episode.
What?
The dentist episode. Frostbite?
I've never... It's been a while since I've seen, like, early Rugrats, so...
The one, basically, the dentist tries to get Dee Dee to wean Tommy because using bottles will stunt his tooth growth.
Oh, the frickin' tooth episode, okay.
Yeah, that one. And he goes and examines
the one where
Stu and says something about Frostbite. And Stu's still in the guy's mouth, finger, with the dentist's finger in his mouth, goes, Frostbite? And that entire scene. Yeah.
But like the engine itself is just used by like DICE.
Yeah.
What game should
AKA
use the Frostbite?
Well, I think it does Need for Speed use the Frostbite engine?
Well, I mean, a lot of games from EA do use Frostbite, so but I'm not sure if like the newer Need for Speed games use it. But I know for a fact that Battlefield uses it.
We barely knew him. He died.
Yeah, it's using
Rip
the
Bozo.
According to Wikipedia, it's using the Frostbite engine, and I'm glad that Wikipedia was one of the first things I saw, because if you look for engine on a racing game, yeah, there's a bit of an overlap there, because it also thinks you're referring to like the engine of the car.
Yeah. But
yeah, Frostbite
that
is
sounds a lot
Frostbite
like. That sounds a lot like Wikipedia, to be honest.
Well, no, Wikipedia was the one who just outright gave me the answer.
Yeah, but also Wikipedia just like shows you like an engine of a car instead of the engine Frostbite 2, the game engine.
But I just saw it in the preview. I didn't even click on Wikipedia.
I mean, you got lucky.
Yeah. Something like that. Also, I do want to say that I never watched Rugrats. The only bit of Rugrats that I really know about is the section where the grandfather, I think, says that he just came home from a match of a game of Russian roulette.
Yeah, oh my god. Yeah, that's a very Grandpa Lou statement right there.
Yeah.
Because he was a war veteran for like I think the Vietnam War, I think, or was it World War II? I think it was World War II actually.
Wait, was that actually part of the series? Did they straight up mention that?
No, I mean they mention it, but they don't show it because it's a kids show.
Yeah, obviously, but did he mention anything about war or something like that?
Well, I mean, he mentioned that he was like you said,
World War II, but he was kicked out of the army for breaking his leg on a sleeping bag,
and he was going to be part of like covert ops or something.
Yeah.
Until he broke his leg, and had to be honorably discharged.
Yeah.
For a broken leg. God,
Yeah,
I wish that was like that nowadays.
Yeah.
Well, you know that if it would be like that nowadays, people would purposely be, harming themselves to get out of being a soldier.
I mean, okay, we have that entire scene from Family Guy where Brian and Stewie shoot each other in the butt.
Oh god.
I mean, okay, yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad that
Hi there. We both, me and my friend have both been shot in the leg, and we would like her Purple Hearts. Yeah, Purple Shot. We like to go home. Yeah, getting shot doesn't get you. Doesn't send you home. And what? Yeah, we got 2 dead guys guarding the ammunition, and it just cuts to 2 dead bodies in front of the ammunition.
Was this like classic Family Guy, or
this
like
was
before it got shit, or modern Family Guy before it got shit?
This was this was after the revival, but this was early on. This was season.
Okay. That sounds like
it.
season 6 or 7.
Checking. Fourth
Yeah.
episode of season 5.
Oh, so earlier than that, than what I mentioned. Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough.
Yeah, it was a really good one. It was a really good one.
Yeah,
maybe I should just say fuck it and start watching Family Guy. Because I know that the show is kind of criticized for having a lot of just nothing in there. But considering how many, like, Family Guy funny moments I've seen, maybe it's good.
It's just kind of resorted to brain rot nowadays.
There are still some good things. There's still some good moments.
I'd say...
Hey, Mega Boy. Among Us.
Okay. Uh-huh. Okay, that's different. That's a different kind of brain rot. Talking about anyway. But yeah, if you want to like check out Family Guy, I'd say like go through like the early episodes before the revival, and if you want to go after the revival, stop at season 6 or 7.
Yeah, all I can really tell that I watched of Family Guy were the Star Wars episodes, because somebody can bring those up during this Lego Star Wars playthrough.
Me when I don't want to go home.
And so Klonoa's getting Thanos snapped.
He's getting sent to the Shadow Realm.
God damn, I thought of that. And then it's like, fuck you, LaFeast. We should have let you die if we weren't going to go home.
No, this is me whenever I don't want to go home from visiting my significant other.
What happened to Grandpa, though? That's what I want to know. It's like, wait, was Grandpa a real thing, though?
Probably don't have
I get
grandpa.
it. I get it. The flower symbolizes loss. I don't know.
No.
Okay. One thing I do want to point out: the GBA games have a really, really weird continuity. Because Hupo's with Klonoa in both of those.
Right.
Even though...
Yeah, it's really weird.
Even though they have...
The second one has the 2 friends from Latwina's Veal, and Hupo knows them.
Well, okay,
so that's really weird.
There's there's barely any kind of continuity in the Klonoa games, let's be fair.
True.
Well, look, to be fair, Hupo is also with me if I have to hang out with Evi.
That's a deep cut. I don't get it. What?
Huapo is a persona from the Hangman Arcana in Persona 5. Persona 5 Royal. So if you're hanging out with Evi, and you have a Hangman persona with you, you get like extra points.
One of these days I'll get Persona Persona references.
Yeah, you will.
I just need to like actually beat 5 and 3.
I would say about
Yeah.
And 4.
maybe season 9, 10 for Family Guy.
Yeah,
There are
stop
some
there.
good. Yeah, because there's some good episodes in 8 and 9. Like Road to the North Pole.
Oh, that one's a classic Christmas episode.
Yeah, that's a really good one. Looking down.
Is the one episode where Stewie and Brian are like in the vault?
Big Bang Theory is a season 9 episode.
Please tell me that's just about. Please tell me that's about the event and not.
It is.
Of the actual
It is.
Show.
It actually does.
It's the actual Big Bang.
Okay,
It's the
that's
actual
good.
Big Bang Theory, not the show.
Believe me, the last thing
season
I
8.
need at this point in my life is
that's
more of
season
that
8.
fucking garbage.
Brian and Stewie is season 8, Vega.
Okay, cool.
I'm still checking a little bit more. Yeah, anyway, that was Klonoa. It's a really good series and one that I honestly really enjoy the crap out of.
Can you even call it a series if it only has like
Shut the fuck
3
up.
games?
Shut
With
the
only like
fuck
3 or 4
up,
games.
you bastards.
I'd say
Hey,
4
I'm-
games is a series.
4 games?
There's more than
Screw
one
you
game. There's more than one game.
Screw you both.
you know that's a good tagline. Klonoa, there's more than one game.
You can say
Season
that
9
about
has a few
you can
good
say that
ones.
about Psychonauts.
Well, to be fair, if you consider the VR game, technically Psychonauts can be considered a series.
Season 10 has a few good episodes too. Lottery Fever, Back to the Pilot.
Ugh.
I like that one. That's a good one.
Wait, no, I'm thinking of the other one. I'm thinking of a different one. Never mind. I thought you were thinking of. I thought you were talking about the one where they went back in time and everything was like advancing backwards but forwards.
Oh, that's a pretty decent one. That's a decent episode.
The scene that immediately comes to mind is when they're throwing back up the Ipecac.
Yeah, no. Back to the Pilot is the one where where they go back in time to get Brian a ball he buried at the date that the pilot took place in.
Yeah, that sounds.
I also remember seeing a clip, and just to get this out of the way, I already prematurely apologize for this. I recall a clip that they prevented 9/11 from happening.
Yeah.
That's part of Back to the Pilot. That's part of Back to the Pilot.
That's part of the episode.
Back to. Okay, I might need to look up that episode. Then.
I'll talk to you about the episode after this episode, just so we are not fully derailing this into a Family Guy talk, because that's literally what half of this video was.
To be fair, if we can go on a vacuum cleaner tangent in Jack and Daxter, we can go on a Family Guy tangent in this episode.
Yeah, but I'm not describing an episode. I'm not describing an episode.
This is already filled with enough brain rot as it is, to be honest.
It really is. I mean, hell, episode
Among Us.
Episode 3 was almost entirely about PSAs.
Skibbity.